Hey folks, Alex Jones here reporting for InfoWars Nightly News. Coming up, of course, is Aaron Dykes tonight, sitting in with a lot of key information, dealing with Homeland Security going ahead and moving forward to put up hidden microphones and cameras in street lamps all over the country with AI systems recording everybody. That's coming up. Also, like something out of Idiocracy, they now take your children if you accidentally drink a milk or eat a sandwich when you're at the grocery store buying groceries, as we've all done, and then forget to pay for it when you're going through the line, your kids are gone. It's over. The state is a predatory group that wants to prey upon you. It's a narcotics trafficking, murdering group of criminals that bring the drugs in and hope you use them so they can throw you in their private prison. That's how modern slavery works. But I'm done talking about that. Here's my big stack of news, okay? Here's my big stack of news. We're going to put some of these articles over. They're reporting that Greece talking about having a referendum on totally selling out their sovereignty to the EU banking cartel could bring down the euro. That's how the banksters get you into a crisis like our 2008 crisis and then hold the public hostage for tens of trillions of dollars, or they'll create a depression. And they threatened martial law, war on the streets a few months ago if Greece, who supposedly owes $100 billion, which is really mainly derivatives that Papandreou, the former Goldman Sachs operative, and his finance minister signed the country onto. Well, after 6 months of rioting and the rest of it, and VAT taxes being put in to pay for the austerity, as you know, last week they passed the euro debt deal, which is $1.4 trillion, for $100 billion Greece owes. No, that's just a way to blame it on the people. And they're going to leverage it out at least 3 times to close to $5 trillion, which is just money given to the big 6 mega banks who've openly said they want an undemocratic system now in Europe and austerity. This is the new dictatorship of the EU. And all these countries want to have referendums. Most of the countries have never been able to have referendums. Their governments just sign them into this. England was signed into the euro, and now over 80% of the public are demanding it, and David Cameron said 2 weeks ago, their prime minister, he's not going to allow them to even have a referendum. So we've got that going on right now. And here's the big news. Here's why I'm doing this special report that will air right at the beginning of InfoWars Nightly News this evening. It's because Zero Hedge was reporting, and I actually went and looked it up. It's in the Athens newspapers. It's true that Papandreou is talking about firing the entire Joint Chiefs of Staff of Greece because they're not going to go along either with the bankster takeover. We know Papandreou's in the banker's pocket. Or has Papandreou had a change of heart because he knows rebellion is on and the collapse of Greece and a total overthrow of the government, which a lot of experts say is about to happen. And he's trying to just stave it off to have a, quote, referendum and then try to steal the vote to get it. Or has he woken up and the military wasn't going to go along or something, and so he's about to kick them out? I mean, you're looking at major coup, counter coup. We're not sure what's going on right now, but it's wild. We're talking about the collapse of the euro or the birth of open world government as the Pope calls for a bank of the world run out of Europe that stops the evil, corrupt bankers, but is run by the evil, corrupt bankers. You got Time Magazine calling for a bank of the world. All this stuff is happening. All this stuff is taking place right now, and it's so incredible. There's a quickening happening. I'm gearing up for the big 24-hour plus hour transmission that kicks off at Infowars.com with all these guests. We'll have video streams, audio streams, free to the public. In fact, it's already up right now, and the prelude to that, the Infowars Nightly News, is posted at Infowars.com, and the 24-hour marathon section article. We're also streaming it at Justin TV, Ustream, and tomorrow on our own system, free to the public, because this is a big media event with a whole bunch of guests joining us. It's going to be extremely powerful information. So that is all coming up with that information, but these are the insane times, and it's just going to get crazier and crazier and crazier as open world government is pushed on everybody, and it's just mind-blowing to see this happening. In fact, I'm coming to a red light. Maybe I can just show you some of these articles. I mean, look at this. Federally funded streetlights capable of recording conversations, or Welligan IntelliStreet system now being installed in major cities with your tax money. Texas is launching taser drones with Homeland Security funding. I mean, it's just criminal government going wild. Wall Street firm spies on protesters in tax-funded Center. AP, pregnant mom, sandwich arrest was horrifying. CPS took her kid. No criminal record. Law bans cash for secondhand transactions. And then I've got Papandreou calls for this special election, referendum, because the Greeks will have EU enforcers making sure all the new taxes they raise, sales tax, VAT, is being paid because the public's rebelling against it. And they don't owe it like Iceland or Ireland. I mean, that's what's incredible is Iceland finally said no after a year, and they got the documents, and over 90% of it was owned by the very banksters that were telling them it's your national debt when it's not. It's the derivatives. Make them take a total haircut. We don't owe this. You know, the globalists take a $100 billion haircut or 50% of their bonds from Greece, and then they get $5 trillion in exchange. I mean, it's just, you're always told it's one thing and it's another. Okay, that's it. The main nightly news is coming up with Aaron Dykes, and again, it's free for everybody. Spread the word about this. It's got to be listener supported so we can pay for the infrastructure and the crew and everybody who's doing a wonderful job. And we're beta testing it for television right now, so you're really funding the true revolution in alternative media. But for the next 3 days, we're going to have it free in the video box at prisonplanet.tv. It's up there right now. At InfoWarsMoneyBomb.com. The box is up there right now where you can watch all the shows, including today's live radio show I did /TV. You can find it. It's all over the site. Spread the word about it. We had 3.5 million views when Aaron and Watson were... Aaron Dykes and Paul Watson were at Bilderberg this year covering it, just on the Justin TV channel. We want to get millions watching for the money bomb extravaganza of information warfare against the tyrants. Okay, folks, that's it for this transmission. More with Aaron Dykes coming up, but again, spread the word about the money bomb coming up. That is this Thursday, 11 a.m. Central, 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Mountain, 10 a.m. 9 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Mountain, and it's going to go for 27 hours from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. the next day at the end of the radio show. And I couldn't do it without all your help and support out there. We're really fired up about this, so please spread the word about it. The globalists are coming down on us like a ton of bricks, but for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. You are the resistance. If you're watching this transmission, you are the resistance.